Life is not about chasing, it's about living. All our life, we are chasing things, oblivious to the fact that it's the journey which makes life interesting rather than the destination. Good evening, everyone. I am John Ryan, and here is the story of my life. I am the seventh among 9 children of 8 brothers and 1 sister. My father is a photographer, and my mother is a housekeeper. They both did not finish their schooling. Because our family is big, my parents' income cannot compensate for our needs. When I was 5 years old, after the birth of my youngest brother, my mother was diagnosed of pneumonia. Because we were financially disabled, my father was forced to sell his camera, which is our most precious possession. It was all we had to live and survive each day. But despite all of it, the most precious woman of my life did not survive her plight. My mother died a few months later, and we became more impoverished. I remembered eating only 2 meals a day or nothing at all. Sometimes, our neighbors would give us a little rice or some of their viands. I was not properly raised by them, and I always roamed the streets at that time. I often was very sickly because of the harsh condition I am into. Some nights, I often prayed to the Lord to grant me a miracle, to have a better life, and to uplift my situation. That greatest miracle suddenly came to reality on the April of 2004. It came to a time when I was introduced to the Lingap Center. I was very scared by then, and I did not know what would happen if I would take that opportunity. But all I cared at that time was to be able to go to school, to have a good future, even though I am very far from home. That is why I took that risk, which greatly changed the main course of my life. Life at the center was pretty good. I get to eat 3 meals a day, plus snacks, on mornings or in the afternoons. We are also provided with medical and dental care annually, and malnutrition gradually became a nightmare for me. We also have supportive mothers and fathers here who took care and guided us to be the best that we could be. But the greatest gift that I am very thankful for is the education that this Lingap program has provided me. As a kid, my school days flew very seriously. The studies too went on intensely with a lot of pressures. I was a very shy kid by then, and socializing was not a hobby for me. I even had a fear of talking to a crowd like all of you here, but I feel very lucky to have studied in a private school in which morals, ethics, and Filipino culture are given good importance, along with sports and activities. I think they have a value for a lifetime. Talking about studies, music, arts, physical education was my most hated subjects. And no wonder those were the lowest scoring subjects in all my classes. But the irony is that my sister Eileen was an excellent speaker and performer, which many people wouldn't believe seeing my scores on the subjects. Hence, I stand as a direct opposite of her. I spent my high school years at Toledo City Science High School, but I was promoted to proceed to college by the alternative learning system. Science High became the best breeding ground for me in developing the personalities I have today. I grew to love the theory subjects I had during my elementary years, and I eventually started to socialize, or to simply say, I learned the essence of talking to other people. Last 2015, that's last year, Tita Rina, an active supporter of Lingap and a friend of Tito John, recommended me to apply for a scholarship at one of the LaSalle schools up on the north. Thankfully, by the grace of our Heavenly Father, I was accepted by Brother Mawel, the present president and chancellor of our school. Hence, I am now a full scholar at the University of St. La Salle Bacolod, the second Lasallian school built in the country. In the first few months of college, I was blown away by the different kinds of people there with varied interests. I also enjoyed myself learning out their local language, and I made some good friends, and it gave me a lot of potential to hone my hobbies and interests, especially in the nursing field I have chosen. Connecting the dots backward from where I am standing now, I believe in Randy Poe's theme, life shouldn't be lived as a pursuit of happiness, but as a celebration of happiness. As I said before, it's not the discrete points which constitute life, but the whole line which defines the journey of life. Looking forward into the future, I have many dreams like every one of you here, and I don't know the path to realize them. But all I know is that it starts with a small step, like the one I have taken today. Thank you very much.